Hey everyone, this is Carrie from WhatWouldCarrieCraft and welcome back. Today we're going to take a look and review the Capture the Chaos 12-month planner for 2024 by Brittany Renee, and let's go ahead and get started. So, some details about this planner to go ahead and start. I got the planner in the sage linen cover. There is another cover option available for 2024, and that is the Sunset Views cover. I'll go ahead and put a little picture of it up in the corner if that's something that you're interested in. There's also a digital planner option as well. These planners retail for $65. They are by Brittany Renee. I'll go ahead and put this right here for you. Hopefully you can see all that. Brittany was so kind. She reached out to me and asked me if I'd be willing to review her planner, use her planner, love her planner. And I said yes, because there is one part of this planner that I have not been able to find elsewhere. And so I think it's going to be a great addition to my lineup for a very specific purpose. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So anywho, the planner dimensions are larger than a traditional planner, which are larger than the planners that I typically have used in the past. It is a 9.5 by 11.5 size. So it is a full, like 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper inside, which I think is great for those of you that need that extra space. And it comes on the wire O binding, and you can see it's about, I don't know, about an inchish thick. Yeah, a little bit more than an inch thick. So anywho, there are lots of different sections in this planner. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look inside. So anywho, so first of all, you're going to notice that we have several tabs down at the side, and we have a nice cover here, Capture the Chaos. The paper is a, it is not, it's more, I would say, smooth. It's not toothy like the Erin Condren, but it's definitely a good thickness. I would say it compares to the Mäksēlife paper, and we'll do a pen test in a little bit. But anyhow, so there is a message from Brittany Renee, a how to use. There is a QR code to go to the Planning and Productivity mini course that she has online. So this planner is used for goal setting. So she has some information here at the front to help you with goals. And I will say this planner seems to be dedicated really more to like content creation and creatives in general, and we'll see why in a little bit. But there are, this is that goal setting section. A lot of this is very similar to other goal setting planners in the way that it's structured and set up. There's a place for you to put in your dream life, goals for the year, and for this, they're left open. So we have a space to put your goal and the target date when you want your goal to be complete. There's action steps and then measurements, which is really nice because it's like, okay, when you make a goal, like what are the things that I'm going to do to help me achieve that goal? And then what are my, almost like my benchmark, to really make sure that I am meeting and working towards that progress. And there's space here for eight goals for the year, which I think is a perfectly good, it's a good amount. Not too many, not too many, not too few, because you don't want to have way too many goals, because then it's a lot. There's a bucket list option, and then a grid sheet. There's an option, a place to do creating a routine. And this is where you can really start to like time audit your time. How are you using your time? And what I love about this section is she has a time audit for each season. So this is winter, spring, summer, and fall. And what's really nice about this is you can kind of start to block out, like, how am I using my time? What are some things that are happening on each day during that time? And we all know that as busy moms, wives, family members, these days change and fluctuate with the seasons. It talks a little bit about how to do the time audit and then what you can use the time audit in order to help you create a routine. So there's that. And then we have delete, outsource, batch, and automate. So this is where we start to think about tasks in our home and in our office or our business that we can delete, that we can outsource to someone else, that we can batch and do to, repeatedly, and things that we can automate. We can create blocks of time. So she kind of breaks it down and tells you how to best create blocks based on your time audit, creating that routine, and then a brainstorm section to kind of do whatever. And then it talks a little bit more about time blocking. And then you have your space to actually do your time block for winter, spring, summer, and fall. So it's a great way to, if you're trying to figure out how you're managing your time. I know that sometimes I feel like I don't manage my time well, and other times I feel like I manage my time almost too well. So this really helps you intentionally go through, create those routines, and then also kind of time block what that schedule looks like during that time of the year. So I think this is great, especially for people that are doing or own a business or are doing creative work outside of their full-time job. This is a great way for you to kind of help time block what you're doing and when you have time to fit in all of those creative tasks. There is then at the beginning of each month, so now we're into the monthly section. So there's a tab for each month. The beginning of each month, you have this is kind of like a monthly dashboard. So notice that the January tab opens to the monthly layout, but right before that tab, you have the January to-do list, gratitude report, goals for the month, self-care, and then just an etc. And then there's also some lines here, and you'll see there are some religious Bible, quotes here from different sections of the Bible. I will say, I am Catholic. Some of these I can connect with my faith, but I will say I do not feel like if you are a non-religious person that they are overpowering or take up a lot of space. This is easily something in this space that you could put stickers over if this is not your jam, which I think for some of you, it may not be, and that's perfectly fine. I don't find that this is interwoven within the different pieces of the planner so much so that you can't, cover it up or, kind of ignore it in a way, or you can utilize it or you can let it, not serve you and use that space for something else. You could easily put a piece of sticker paper over here or some Post-it notes and use that space for something else. I think it'll be a great place to put a picture or a vision, or even a month in review, kind of almost like a grid of different photos from the month as kind of like a scrapbook type-esque page. And you could then write about the highlights of the month there. So the monthly calendar is lined. You will see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in the month, and there is a note section over on the left side. So, and every month is set up exactly the same in that you have that February, you have the Bible verse, and then line spaces on the side, and then the full 2-month spread. Now, beyond that, in each month we have weekly sections. So you'll notice this is set up this starts the first week. Saturday and Sunday are together. Now for me, that doesn't bother me at all. But for some of you, you may find that may be difficult if you're someone that really needs Saturday and Sunday broken up. This is similar to the way it is in the Day Designer Planner. So for me, and the way that I'm going to be using this planner, this doesn't bother me. There is a to-do list over here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's up and down. There's a little quote up here in the corner. This is from Aesop, which is a fable. We have a space for top 3 priorities and then just some blank lines that you can use. And then the next week is the same way. And we have this Mother Teresa quote there. So it looks like in the actual planner pages, there are these quotes in the corner, but they are not necessarily tied with religion. They are tied with, it looks like, famous or well-known people. So again, same layout for each page. And then we come to February. So each month is exactly the same. February, March, April, all the way through until you get to December. So I'm not going to flip through all of those, but I'm going to flip through to the end. Now, this planner, and I'll talk about it in a minute, and I'll come back to that. I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go on to the next part. And this is really what drew me to want to try this planner. And that is this content planning tab. Because one of the things that I personally want to work on in 2024 is being more intentional on my Instagram channel. I had a lot of growth at the beginning, like right before 2023, when the Mäksēlife Daily launched. My channel my Instagram space kind of blew up. And then since then, I just haven't been consistent with it. I have grand plans, but things just kind of get in the way, and I don't really have a specific plan of attack. And while I like that aspect of things because I don't do this as a business, I also feel like sometimes it would be really nice to have some type of continuity, consistency, purpose to what I'm posting and what I'm sharing online. And I want it to be a space that's valuable to others. So this section really helped me. And I like that she talks more about the content planning and what the 4 pillar categories are: educate, inspire, behind the scenes, and promote. So when you look at this, she has the content prompts. So we have educate, inspire, promote, ask, engage, behind the scenes, and celebrate. And those are different prompts for what types of things you can post on your social media or your content place, wherever it is that you're sharing. So it says monthly marketing focus, but this could easily be, even though I'm not doing this as a business, I am in a sense marketing. So this is basically where you can kind of write down what your focus is going to be for each month of the year and start to kind of goal set in that. So if you own your own business, this is great. If you are like me and just a content creator that's doing this for fun or for business, this is another area that would be really helpful. And then it goes even further to do some brainstorming, ways that you can potentially generate potential ideas. And then we have the 3 pillars. So it kind of enables you to brainstorm what you might do in those different pillars within your channel or within your on your page or on your YouTube channel or wherever it is that you're posting. And then we get into each month, there is planning pages. So here you have January blog planning. So if you're someone that is blogging, you can put down publish dates, outline, checklist. And I was thinking I'm not necessarily going to be blogging, but I could easily use this for any YouTube videos that I might be wanting to publish. During the month. And then there's also a content plan. So this is where you can start to kind of bullet out, these are some things that I might be doing on my channel for Inspire. These are some things I might want to do for Educate. These are some things for Behind the Scenes. These are some things for Promote. And it's the same thing for each month. So what I loved about this is it really helped me to start to think about how can I be intentional within my social media channels for What Would Carrie Craft. So each month has the same kind of layout. I like that it's structured enough, but yet it's also not necessarily structured too much that I'm locked into something. So I kind of see these as these blocks. I would basically put down okay, I want to educate people on how to use jump bands in a folio, for example. And then I can also write down what kind of week or date I'm planning on posting about that or sharing about that. Or I can put a place where I can say created or drafted, published, or something like that. So these blocks really are open-ended. So we have June. So there's one of these for each month. And when we get to December, we now are in the resources tab. And this is where we kind of get into some more just kind of just generic pages that you can use as part of your business or as part of your personal kind of auditing of your monthly subscriptions. So if you're using subscriptions for your business, you can kind of write down what those are and how much they cost you a month. You can, if you have them for personal, you can list them there. These spaces up here at the top, easily able to be covered or changed or modified. There's a savings goal tracker back here. So if you are trying to save money or towards something, you can also use those pages. And for the savings, I'll turn it. You can see we have our savings goal, amount, due date, months to save, amount per month, and progress. And there's 2 pages for that. And what I do love about that is even though it looks like they're like the headings are in the center, it's really nice because it enables you, no matter how you have the page turned, you're always writing with the spiral above you. So perfectly set up. There's a client tracker. So for those of you that have clients, this could also be a checklist. I'm thinking about using this for my YouTube videos. So I could write, you know, drafted, video drafted, filmed, edited, reviewed, published, thumbnails made, you know, whatnot, and have that be a checklist. But you can have clients here. There's also contact cards, so people that you want to maintain contact with, perhaps people that you are working together with. You can put their contacts back here as well. There's a website checklist for those of you that may have your own websites. If you're planning on making a website, some information that can help you with building that. There's also a SEO checklist for some of you that are doing this for the business. There's a manual mode cheat sheet. So this is for photographs. So this was another thing that I thought was really helpful, is helping you to, if you're planning on taking photos. Brittany does photography. So I found this cheat sheet really helpful in understanding what the f-stop is, shutter speed, ISO, and then the white balance. So it enables you to kind of make those adjustments to your photographs as you're taking them, or even after you're taking them, to help you get and achieve the pictures that you're planning on. And then we have some grid pages, dot grid. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 front back, so 10 total. And then you'll notice there is a pocket in the back. I will say it is a little flimsy. I would worry that I will definitely probably rip it. So you definitely have to be a little careful with that. And I don't necessarily know that I would say it's flimsy. It's just it's thin. And it's not like heavy cardstock or anything, but this back cover is a chipboard with a linen cover. I do love this inner paper. It's in the front and the back. And you'll also notice that in the corners, they have the reinforced metal pieces on those corners. And then the 2024 is embossed on the front. So that is the Capture the Chaos Planner. Now, and then in the back on the notes pages, I did a pen test with some pens that I had on hand from Pentel, Unipen, Sharpie, and as well as some zebra pens. And then I also tested out the Moxie dots and Moxie markers, as well as some mild liners and the zebra clean color dots. And you can see as I flip the page over that for the most part, the pens held up really well on the paper. They did. There was no shadowing or bleed through. The markers, there was a little more shadowing. I wouldn't necessarily say there was a bleed through per se, but it definitely was a little shadowed on the back with specifically the Moxie markers because they are a little bit more juicy. But overall, they held up pretty well to the pen test. How am I planning on using this? Well, last year I was gifted a day designer, and I used that for my I work part-time as a associate faculty member for university. So I use this as my way of kind of keeping track of, you know, assignments, because I wanted this to be separate from all of the nonsense in my daily planner. So this planner was used specifically for that. But what I'm planning on doing is I'm planning on, because this is set up very similarly, is using these monthly sections for that purpose. So I'll be using this as my planner for my Notre Dame work that I do, and writing in what assignments are due and when they're due and what I need to be doing for that. So I'm planning on using that way. I might use some of the goal setting, but I'm not positive how I'm going to use it yet. I'm definitely going to use the time audit sections because that's not something that's currently available in my Mäksēlife, and I think it would be really helpful for me, you know, outside. But the goals for the year, most likely I will continue to stick with my Mäksēlife goal setting section for that. And then back here in this content planning section, this section I'm definitely planning on using for my channel, for my Instagram and YouTube. So to kind of help me just bring it all together and be a little more focused and a little more intentional with what I'm planning, and use this as a resource to help get the ideas flowing and make my content creation a little easier, and also the content that I'm sharing with you a little more consistent, and also make it content that is meaningful and purposeful. And I think that's where these prompts and the 4 pillars come into play. And I really am looking forward to kind of digging into this in the new year. So again, just some quick facts about the planner. It is $65. I will include a link down in the description for the planner that I purchased, as well as the other design and Brittany's website. And here is her information. Thank you so much, Brittany, for reaching out and sending me a copy of your planner. I am looking forward to using it in 2024, and I will keep you guys updated on how it's going on my Instagram channel. And hopefully in 2024, you'll start to see some new and exciting content that is inspired by using the process that Brittany has laid out here in the Capture the Chaos planner. So thanks so much for joining in today. And if you have any questions about this planner, feel free to drop them down in the bottom, and happy planning. Bye.